Welcome everybody. I hope you had a great weekend. Lesson 4 today. So we're moving right along with our beginner yoga course. So we've gone through quite a lot today, and in today's lesson we're going to be adding 2 more poses and also another breathing technique, which will add to your whole suite of stuff, which will be either at the start or at the end of a yoga session, as well as the 2 poses today, one being a balance pose and the other one being a stretch for similar to what we were talking about just before we pressed record. So if we could just take our seat on the mat and we could sort of cover off on any of the things that we spoke about, which was very, very interesting, is the arrival on the mat. So if I could just cast your mind to if you could grab your piece of paper. I wanted to explain a couple of things first, which you have with the notes. And I'm so glad that you brought this up. So the first thing is the arrival. The arrival in a yoga session is so important, and going to be our theme for today is the non-judgment, right? And non-judgment in the yoga limbs, there's 8 limbs. Without going too technical, is not judging. Not judging what you're going to be doing or learning, also, but allowing yourself to come and be in a practice in a non-judgmental way. And the arrival is very important. So the importance of like the mat, what you were saying, Deb, is part of that is that you're giving yourself the time to be able to do a practice and allowing yourself in a non-judgmental way. All right, so if we just go over, I just wanted to explain some of these other things here because I haven't gone over it at the moment, is in the other previous notes that you have, there's the cues and then the photos that you'll have coming in here, which, because we learn so much during a session, you can't possibly be expected to retain every single bit of it. So if there's something that I've explained that might not be on the recording or in it, you've got it on the paper here, and it gives you the cue so that it's not so complicated, and you could come back to it later on with the photos. And then if you go to the next one, I'll explain what some of the meanings are. Is on that first sheet, we've got sections of the yoga practice. This is what we'll be doing today, actually. So we're moving on, besides learning the poses, we'll be starting to incorporate what we've learnt thus far, and then starting to be able to build it up to a full session in session 5 and 6. So we've got our arrival section, and then when you see ROS, that means repeat other side. So it'll be like this one here shows I'm stretching to the right, so the repeat other side means obviously to the left. If you see this section line, so if we have the create heat, what we covered off on was the first sun salutation, and then the section line means whatever's after that is that next phase within the generate heat. So we might do a couple of sun salutations, which is the top left, and then the next section of that generate heat then is what we covered off here, is the mountain pose to the repeat other side. So that's another part of the warm-up. And then so on and so forth. So with this, just like you were mentioning before, Deb, is I'm going to provide, if it's useful for you, another sheet. Can you remind me? And what it is you can have some cutouts of your similar yoga things, right? So you cut out and you can have a similar picture to this. And then when you make your own sequences at home, you can actually have them out in the sequence you want, so you will remember what your sequence is, if that's useful for you, okay? So they're like kind of cheat cards that you can make and sequence to your own stuff. Any questions, Terry? No? Deb?
No. Okay.
Excellent. So what we're going to be covering off today, we'll hook straight in because I want to make sure that we can, all the other moves, you're comfortable with them, along with the modifications, is today we're going to be covering alternate nostril breathing, which is this type of breathing is usually done with the meditation right at the end. You'll see it on the final bit. And it's another way to be able to engage mainly our nostrils with the breath. okay, and being mindful for it. And then it sort of gets us in more of a meditative state as opposed to energizing. So it's nice to be able to round off the yoga session at the end of the lesson. How it's done is I'll give you an example, and then we could go from here. So what we usually do is grab our 4 thumb and fingers, or whatever works from you, and then our little our ring finger and thumb will close off our nostrils. And then what we do is just usually put a finger, grab a comfortable seat, and then we could do this. You could also do this if that works for you as well. So the idea is to block one nostril, and usually we start off with the open airway is our left nostril, and then we breathe in. And for this example, we're going to go for a count of 3, and then we breathe out. Then we at the top of the inhale, we block the other nostril, and then breathe out through the right nostril. And then once we're done with that, we breathe in, we pause for a moment, then we breathe in, and then out, vice versa, like this. Pause on the triangle, breathe in, swap, breathe out, pause, change it over, and then we'll do that in yoga. They do it in cycles of 3. So in today's session, we'll do it in cycles of 3. So you get the idea. 3, 3, and 3, and we will do 3 right now. Okay, guys. So I will talk you through it. So if you could get your nostril, if you can do that with the one hand, fine. If not, whichever way works for you. That's it, Terry. Yep, perfect. All right. So we're going to breathe in, 2, 3. Change nostrils. Breathe out. 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, breathe in, through, 3, swap nostrils, breathe out, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Now that's one cycle. Breathe in, through, 3, block, breathe out, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, breathe in, through, 3, breathe out, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. That's the second one, last one. In, 2, 3, swap nostrils, out, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, breathe in, 2, 3, swap nostrils, out, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Hands down. Let's take through the mouth, one big sigh. And let that go. One more time. And if in a moment, I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes down. We're going to do our arrival on the mat, as we've done in the last few weeks, or take a soft gaze. So today's, while you're noticing your breath after the nostril breathing, we're just going to go internal and see where we are, if we're feeling anywhere that might need to have some extra TLC today. And also we're going to set our intent. You can choose your own, or I invite you to use this one here, which is the idea of non-judgment today, coming onto the mat, learning some new stuff, and allowing yourself that time to come in and have some practice for yourself. All right, so now with me, we're going to have a 3-part breath. We're going to do 2 of these, as we did last week, right from the belly to the chest, to the upper chest. Right, so it's going to be in, 2, 3, out. In, 2, middle body, upper body, 3, and out. Awesome, guys. Open up your eyes. What we're going to be covering in these 2 new postures today is starting to talk about the psoas muscle. Has anyone heard of the psoas muscle? Okay, so you might have heard it. It's like you might have heard part of it is the hip flexor. All right, so the psoas muscle is our magical and mysterious deep-seated core muscle that connects the lumbar, the back, to the front. It's a big muscle that wraps around our back and then comes to the front here. And then when we sit for a long time, or if we've been driving, this actually contracts the muscle, and then that's why sometimes our hips feel tight. Or if we've been walking for a little while and we don't stretch it out, or running, might be walking on the golf course, say, you might feel that the front gets tight a little bit. So that's part of the psoas muscle, and the hip flexor is part of that whole chain that comes around. Very deep muscles, not the abs, and it's a bit of core work. So it could get tight pretty quickly, and today we're going to be doing a couple of postures that help open up that, untighten that psoas muscle a little bit deeper. And then this is where we'll hold and use some of these props that we've talked about. So the first of the two actually is the tree pose. So I am going to be asking you to get up and down, but then we'll just get into our flow. All right, so the first one is the balancing. So the tree pose is great for balancing pose, and it engages and strengthens the lower body. It also stretches the groin and inner thigh muscles, and there's 3 variations. So today, if we could ask you to stand up. All right, I'll give an example of the demonstration, and then we could go from here. Okay, so from mountain pose, right, so I'll give the demonstration and I'll explain. So from mountain pose, it's, or we could either lift our hands, or from here is, I'll just go to the first one. So 3. All right, variation 1, variation 2, all right, or whatever helps you get the muscle, balance, sorry, or variation 3, like a tree, I'm going. So it is quite difficult. So from here, the variation is engaging our muscle, and then what we're doing is we're rotating our hip, our knee out, and then opening up that sort of that midsection area and balancing. So the first from here will be, we breathe in to set, and then as we exhale, we just get our foot, rotate it around so that the knee faces out, and then we could place our ankle by our foot. And then if this helps by placing your arms in a T, that helps for like being like a tree, but also with your balance. So let's try that. Any questions? All right, so from here, it's lift our hands, and then we rotate our right foot. That's it, by placing it on the ankle. Your other right foot, Terry. Oh, sorry, you. Yeah.
I thought you wouldn't notice.
Yeah. There we go. Cool. So from here, you'll notice, if this helps, that's fine. Or else you could also bring your hands to what we call prayer and come out. So we're facing forward. And then if you look down, our knee is facing out 90 degrees. Okay, so that's where we're wanting to be able to do without rotating around. Okay, so and then from here, breathe in and... So did you want to maybe try and have a go at the other ones? And now the point to note with the tree pose is never place your foot on the knee joint. So it's either below on the calf, or if we use our hands, you can actually bring it a little bit higher, but never on the knee joint. So let's just maybe go today with balancing and then placing our foot on our calf. All right, so Monday morning. Okay, so we're going to go with our right foot. We're going to be moving. So inhale and exhale, bring our foot out like a tree, and maybe, there we go, yes, excellent work there. And then maybe we can take a couple of breaths here and notice what happens. So another point to note is what we call a dristi, right? Or a focal point somewhere that helps us keep our mind, or somewhere to be able to balance. Right, so we're going to breathe in and breathe out with that one. That's tree pose. We're going to do the left-hand side. We're going to do the 2 variations. One, just ankle on the ground, and then the second one, we're going to place it up on our calf. All right, so inhale, work, and exhale, rotate the foot around. Excellent work there. All right, the knees, so we have a look down, our knees facing out, and we can feel, if I can invite you to notice, to see where your hip is when you turn your foot around in your ankle. So we're opening up like a book and then facing this out. That's the big point to note. And inhale, back down to normal. All right, next one is going to be actual balancing and placing our foot on the calf. Right, so we're going to inhale and exhale. Setting a focal point, excellent. Excellent work there. And it's all right to wobble, right, while we're talking here, because trees wobble, right? But what it is we're setting the balance on our ankles there. So inhale and placing our foot down. Excellent work, guys. Any questions with that? Cool. So we're going to be incorporating the tree pose into the sequence today as part of the standing poses. That's usually where something like a move like tree pose comes in as part of the standing and balancing poses in the middle section of a flow. All right, so today, well done, because we did it straight off the start. We haven't fully warmed up, but that's where we're going today with this. So if I could just ask you to come down onto the floor again for part 2, I'll show you this next bit. And we're going to be using some of these props. All right, so this is the one that really stretches the psoas muscle today, and it's called pigeon pose or half pigeon pose. All right, so what we're going to be doing, I'll explain it, and then we could go from there. We're going to come into pigeon pose from today tabletop, which makes things a little bit easier. So I'll give a demonstration. That's what we're going to be doing here. Our blocks, and then stretching out. So this is where we have got to be careful for the lot. And this is pigeon pose, okay, or a variation of it using the blocks. And what we're doing now is, if you can see, we're stretching and placing our, stretching out our psoas here, as well as the side part of our butt muscle, and then the side of our, they call it the IT band of the muscle, which I'm going to turn around now so I could show you. Just from a different angle, we're coming into this, and this is the pigeon pose. The variation which might need the block is from the pigeon pose from here, is when we're going to start going into a rest. You can get the blocks, or you could get the, the cushions or the bolster, and then just relax here. Sometimes we also might rest our head, so then that way we give ourselves some support while we're stretching the psoas muscle. And you may hear, because it's a deep muscle, we're not trying to, we usually hold that pose a little bit longer, and it's incorporated into the cool down process after we've done all of our standing practices to be able to release that muscle. So is there any questions on that?
I've always had trouble with this.
Okay, so has anyone got any, can I ask first, has anyone got any knee issues? Okay, so this is where I might have to give some alternate ones if we can't come in. Do you feel...
I've had knee replacements.
You've had knee replacements? Okay, so what we're going to do for your one, Deb, it's called the reverse, okay? So in your one, and this is the beauty about yoga, is there's so many different, and this one's called the reverse pigeon. So you might have actually seen it if you've done in workout circles before. So what we're going to do is enter it from here. We lie down, and then all we do is we can stretch our side from here. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing with the pigeon, because it's opening our hips and we're stretching the side muscle. Okay, so is that something?
I always do that one.
You'll do that one?
I can do the other one, but
Yep.
I just can't get the knee.
Okay, all right. So if, I'm going to explain that a little bit more, because in some yoga circles they teach to have the knee parallel to here, which isn't the case of everyone's got different anatomy, and I'm the same. I can't have my knee parallel. So if you watch how I do mine, I'll do it from the front again. It's coming in from all fours. So how we come into it is come in from all fours, and then what I'll do is I'll put this leg back a little bit and then put my knee here. So my foot is kind of near my other knee, and then I'll just sit back onto here. But see how my knee is here? That's what's comfortable for me. So if I'm sitting down cross-legged like that, I know that's where my knee can go. It doesn't need to be far out like this. And the idea of the block is we're lifting up our sit bones, so then that way you can have support and then have it so that this part of our the front thigh, our hip flexor is coming out, and then also the blocks. So these are the modifications that can that may allow you to be able to get into the position that challenges you without injuring. Okay, so are you happy to? Yeah.
I do the other one all the time. The other one is.
Yeah, so we'll go into that one. Then we'll do a couple of variations because I don't want to force. You know, it's all choice. All right, so let's try that one out. So all fours. So actually, first of all, let's try and set ourselves for success by. Okay, so what we're going to do is the front knee is going to be bent. So let's put this one here, a block close by to this leg, and then these blocks here by our hands. Excellent work. Yes, yes, yes. Cool, right. So what we're going to be doing, and you guys are going to mirror me, all right, is from all fours we just put our opposite leg, so yeah, that's it. And then this leg will come forward a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Excellent work there, Terry. That's it. No, you're right. You're correct.
Getting a cramp.
Oh, yeah. Okay, are you getting cramp? Are you going to be okay, or did you want to try the other way? Okay, so from here, that's right. Okay, now we're going to get the other block and place it underneath. Try the other side. Try the other side. There we go. That's it. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is Terry will do the other way for you as well with Deb, because I don't want it to injure you. Right, so if we get out of that one there today, guys, what we will do is we will go with the other way, and then we could work towards that. And then here's the other one as well, to be able to go in for the modification. So we can do 2 moves to go in. So let's try with the psoas muscle, is just coming onto the back. So from here, they call it figure 4 as well. If you're doing your training, is what we do is we breathe in to set, and then we lift our knee and then place it on our thigh, and then we can actually get our hand and rotate out. That's it. So you may feel the stretch on the side of your thigh. Can we feel that stretch? Can you feel that stretch, Terry? Yes, that's exactly where we're doing, right? So then we can breathe in and then come back out. And then we're going to lift our leg up and swap sides. So breathe in, lift the leg up, and then breathe out, place the foot on the thigh, on the opposite thigh. And then we could maybe even, if it suits you today, is grab your hand on the same hand as what your knee is raised. Yep. And then sort of give that some slight resistance pushing away to engage that stretch a little bit more. Can you both feel it? All right, so we're going to breathe in now, slowly release, and then let the legs down. Excellent work, guys. We're going to do that one more time on each side. So breathe in to set, and then lift leg, and then breathe out, as then we push our away, just to feel the stretch. Breathe in, release under control, and then foot down. All right, we're going to do this one more time. So breathe in, lift the leg up, breathe out, set, and excellent work. Breathe in, let go under control, and then we can lift our foot down. All right, so we can bring ourselves up to a comfortable seat. Was there any questions with that? Awesome. So I'm so glad that you brought that up for the modifications, and the beauty about, I mentioned before, with yoga is there's modifications for all the moves. If something's not available to you at this moment, don't stress, because there's always another alternate pose that also stretches the same, which is much more gentler on the joints. Okay, so maybe at some point down the track we'll be able to visit pigeon in that way, but it's a very difficult pose to get into. So that variation is, I think, much more gentler, and also allows us to engage our core. So you're actually you're using the control and controlling your psoas muscle by just lifting the leg. So if I just do one more time so you see it, is we set, breathe in, and we're lifting, right? We lift the leg and then breathe out. We're still controlling this part, and then pushing to get that little bit more stretch if that's available to you. Okay, so so if you like, as you come along, is that motion is kind of the same as almost like your tree where you're rotating the hips. Okay, so that's part of opening up the hips and then also stretching the psoas out at the same time. Okay, guys, so let's hook in to today's flow. Having said that, we're going to start building up what we've learned so far, and then so today's flow is going to be around about 30 minutes, and we're going to be incorporating what we've learned so far, including today. Any questions? All right, so we're going to arrive again and just do a couple of three-part breaths. So I'm going to guide you. If you could take an easy seat, cross-legged if that works for you, or if you're comfortable like that, whichever way works for you today. I'm going to ask you to close down your eyes again. Right. And we're going to do three-part breaths. Right, starting at the lower belly, going to the middle section and feeling our side ribs stretch, and then filling up right at the top of the chest, and then letting go with the three parts. All right, excellent. That's three. One more, two more. Inhale, 2, 3. Let it go. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3. Let it go. Okay, from here we're going to be going into our side body stretch. We're going to lift our hands and then stretch the side body. So inhale, pick up the hands, and then we're going to lean over to our left or your right. Inhale, and then we're going to go to the put our hands down. Excellent. Inhale, other side now, and then exhale, reaching up that side body towards the ceiling. All right, we don't need to necessarily bend over as much. Inhale, and down. Excellent. So yes, next one is inhale again, and exhale. Side stretch there, Deb. That's it. We'll change it, we'll do 2 on each side. Okay, inhale, and then down. Inhale. Opposite side, last side to stretch that side body. Exhale, looking up and stretching the side body. Excellent. Inhale, hands down. Okay, we're going to be doing now the seated twist is what we did before. So inhale, arms raised. Exhale, you're going to be turning to your left. That's it. Opposite hand, opposite. Yeah, that's it, Terry. Excellent. Inhale, hands down. So we're now connecting our breathing to our movements. Inhale, exhale. That's it. Good work. Inhale. Come down. So I'm going to watch you guys just to see where your movement's at, and then I'm going to invite you for this next one here to try and link your breath to the motion and just see where your body's at as you feel the breath come out and we get into the posture. Inhale, raise the hands. Excellent. Exhale, rotate. Excellent work. Inhale. hands down. Okay, no, that's all right. Inhale, rotate the other way. That's it, excellent work. Keeping a nice straight spine, excellent work, both of you. Inhale, hands back up. And exhale, down. Excellent. So now we're going to be moving to our cat-cows. So if we could come onto all fours. Hands splayed, hands apart, shoulder width apart. Now with our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. Right, so what we're going to do, something that was brought up earlier on before we hit record, if we can cast our gaze up to me for a moment, is just seeing where our shoulders are and feeling for this shoulder blade area. So if I could just ask you now, before we hook into the cat-cows, is if we do this, is just notice where your shoulder blades are. If you're happy for me to come in and just sort of point that out, is them feeling, if you're all right for me to touch there, that's okay. So as we just sort of push against our body a little bit without arching our back, is just feeling the shoulder blades. That's where we're wanting to push up. There we go. And then feel them, and then the other way. And then your shoulders will, that's the movement of the shoulder blade and some of that area when we're trying to stabilize the shoulders. Okay? So, having said that, we could go into our cat-cow, and the cat-cow just accentuates that movement there for the shoulder blades. So we're going to inhale, we're going to dip our belly, and then look forward a little bit. It doesn't need to be right forward to front, so we could look 45 degrees just ahead of our hands, dip our belly, and then we'll feel our shoulders come back, and then we're going to arch our back as we exhale, and then tuck our shoulders. So we're going to be pushing our back up and arching our back like an angry cat. That's it. Excellent, Terry. And the last thing to move is the head. So inhale, right, dip our belly, stick our chest out like we're receiving a medal. That's it. Excellent. And then the other way around. Push, cow. So we're going to do this now for several cycles. Inhale, dip belly, and then exhale, arching our back as it's going towards the sky, and then tilting our pelvis. Excellent work there, both of you. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, 2, 3, coming out to the chest, and then exhaling, angry cat, rounding our back, and then tilting our pelvis forward. Excellent work. 1 more time. Inhale, 2, 3, looking forward. Excellent. And then exhaling, 2, 3, fantastic work. And then coming back to neutral. So neutral, excellent work, is heads over belly, belly over thighs from here. So we're going to be now moving to our standing pose. So whatever way that works for you to get up, 1 foot at a time. All right, we're going to be coming up into our sun salutations. So I'm going to invite you to step up towards the front of the mat. And I'll be guiding you through. I'll go through with you in the first one, and then watch. We're going to go through 3 rounds of the sun salutations. Okay. So I'm going to actually change mine around here, so then you can see from here. Feet width apart, mountain pose. All right, facing towards the front of the room. We might lift our toes up a little bit and then come down to the grounding just to be able to feel the ground underneath. So from here, we're going to breathe in. Raise our hands, look up at our hands. All right, and then exhale as we hinge down from the hips. You could bend your knees a little bit. All right, and then you can use the blocks as well, all right, to reach down. We're going to inhale. Our hands are going to come up to our thighs for a halfway lift. Excellent. Hinging up. All right, and then back down. And then from here, we're going to be going into our plank position. So from there, if we're going to step back, hands down, right? We could go to a tabletop. All right, from there to the plank, push-up position. Yep, so from here, excellent work. And then we're going to exhale, knees. Terry, your one there again, your modification was to push forward like this, right? Deb, you're going to knees, chest, chin, down to the ground. That's it. Perfect. And then we're going to inhale, baby cobra. That's it. You're sticking your chest out there, Terry. And then from here, exhale, head down. And then inhale as we push up to our tabletop. So come back to tabletop, Terry. Excellent. Hands back. Deb, excellent work. And we're going to be, from here, pushing up against our hands, lifting our knees off into downward facing dog. So pushing our tailbone back and up. Excellent work. And we can be casting our gaze to our feet. So you might want to open up, separate the feet a little bit more. Excellent work there. This is where we can bend our knees. Our heels do not need to be on the floor. Okay, then from here we inhale and we take lots of little steps up and then move our hands back, coming down. Yeah, excellent work. And then we inhale, halfway lift, down again. And then we're going to rise all the way up as we stack our vertebrae, hands look up, and then down. Excellent work, guys. So with that one, we will go and for each modification. So for Deb, for you, from that plank position, is go down knees, chest, chin before we do the cobra. For you, Terry, is going into that position and maybe moving your hands forward and then shifting the weight forward on that part of the sun salutation. Cool? Okay. All right, so come up to the front of the mat. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale. Hands up. Excellent work. Exhale, hinging down from our hips, bending the knees. Excellent work. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on thighs, hinging up, and then hands back down onto the ground or onto blocks, and then we're going to come into our push-up position with our variations. That's it. Excellent work there, Deb. Hands and knees for you, tabletop. All right, we're going to be doing our push-up now in the variation. So exhale, knees, chest, chin. Excellent work there, Deb. And then for you, Terry, bring your weight forward a little bit. Okay, so then when we inhale now, stick your chest forward. Excellent work there, mate. And then beautiful work there, Deb. And then exhale as we bring our chest back down. And yeah, that's it. Excellent work, Terry. And then from there, we're going to push up to our downward dog, knees, and then our tailbone. Yes, excellent work. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. And then you can also bend your knees to make sure that your back's straight. Excellent work there, guys. Now, take some steps forward to come up. Amazing. Okay, oh, Terry, back down. Are you okay? Oh, we can meet you there. We can meet you there. If you need a rest, you could meet us at standing up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back down. Inhale, stand. Stacking our back. Knees up, hands up, and then down. Okay, guys, great reminder. If at any stage it feels too much, you can just stop and then meet us in the standing position there, because I think that grounding is good, or in downward dog or on all fours. Whichever part feels most comfortable for you, you can always just stop and then we'll pick it up. You don't feel compelled if you lose focus on where we're at, because you could always just pick it up again and I'll notice that. Okay, so one more last round for this, sun salutations. There's lots of moves in it, so we'll come up forward to the mat a little bit more. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Excellent work there. You could bend your knees. Inhale, flat back, hinging up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands meet mat. All right, and then we're coming down into our plank position, or our variations of it. Excellent work there, Deb and Terry. All right, X under control, beautiful. And then Terry, for you, that's it. Bring your weight forward. All right, and then inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, back down to the mat. Inhale as we come up to downward dog. So bring your weight back. Yeah, that's it. Boom, and tailbone up. Great work, everyone. Inhale, lots of steps forward, hands meet mat. We're going to be meeting in forward fold. Excellent. One more halfway lift. Back down. And then all the way up. Inhale, 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 stacking the shoulders, hands up, and back down, mountain pose. All right, so now we're just going to give ourselves a bit of a jiggle. Well done, everyone. That is the warm-up part of the sequence complete. And now we're going to be going to our standing sequence where we incorporate what we learnt last week from here. So if we come up to the top of the mat, we're going to be moving to chair pose and warrior. So from here, inhale, hands up, and then as we exhale, we're going to be sitting down, looking up at our hands, right, and then sort of pushing our butt back. So making sure that we look down and see where our feet is, like this, and then inhale, come back up, and then exhale, stepping our right foot back. Excellent. 45 degrees, excellent there. You could keep your feet apart a little bit more, Terry. A bit wider, that's it. And then exhale. That's the move. And then inhale, bring the hands back up, step forward, down. Excellent, guys. I'm going to watch you now so I can give you the cues. Inhale, hands up, look at your hands. Exhale as we sort of then go to sit down a little bit. Excellent work there, Deb. Excellent work, Terry. You don't need to go so deep, mate. That's it. Whatever's most comfortable until you feel it. Inhale, hands back up, hands rise, and exhale, left foot back. Other side, Deb. There we go. And then exhale. That's it. Inhale, lift, foot forward. We're going to do that 2 more times on each side. So inhale, hands raise. Exhale, right foot this time. Right foot back. Oh, sorry, my bad. All right, inhale. Exhale into our chair pose. Excellent work. Inhale again, we stand up to rise. And then right foot back this time. Warrior 1. Excellent work there. Inhale and hands back down. All right, left hand side this time with the chair. So inhale, sit back down. Excellent work. Inhale, hands rise to mountain volcano pose, and then left foot back. Step back, and then we can rise up. That's it. Great work there, Terry. Good work, Deb. And then inhale and step back up. 1 more each side. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, chair. Seating back. Excellent work there. Inhale, rise, and right foot back. Excellent. Inhale, foot forward. Excellent work. I can hear that breathing being linked to the breath. Inhale, exhale, chair pose. Inhale up, left foot back this time as we exhale. Nice and solid. Excellent. Inhale and back to the front. Beautiful. Alrighty guys, this is where we're going to be getting, let's jiggle around a little bit. This is where we're going to be incorporating our balancing pose for the tree, and then going into our warrior series that we did before. So it might work to face the park. All right, so we're going to face the park. All right, so inhale. We're going to do tree pose, right leg. Exhale. We're going to, that's it, rotate our foot around. Excellent work, Deb, there, if you feel comfortable. Terry, you could stay with that. Excellent. And then inhale. And come to a wide-legged stance. That's it. All right, so from here, we're going to be moving into our warrior 1. So inhale again. And then right foot's going to turn to facing the short edge of the mat. Excellent. Hands in a T. Excellent work there, looking over the front. Excellent. Okay, and then from here, inhaling as we stretch forward, flip our hands, and then come back as a teapot, looking up our hands and stretching that side body, reverse warrior. Excellent work. Inhale back to warrior 2, and then to the front of the mat. or out to the side, whichever works best for you. Excellent. We're going to do that now for the left-hand side. And any questions, mate? You all right there? Yeah, okay. Awesome. All right. No, you're doing it. We can do it this way because then we just need to go to that wide-legged fold. So inhale, left-hand side tree pose, rotate as we exhale, and then we move our foot, Terry. So we rotate out. So tree, we're balancing. That's it. Excellent work, mate. Inhale, and then we're putting our foot down and coming to a wide-legged stance. Excellent. Deb, you're getting ahead of me, so rotate the foot back around. All right. Yes. Inhale. And then we go into warrior two. Rotate your left foot this time, facing the back of the room. Excellent. Bending the knee. And then coming into warrior pose. Excellent work, guys. Now, inhale as we reach forward. Flip the hand and come back, and we stretch that side body, looking up at our hand up the sky. Excellent work there. Your hand could be a teapot if you want, or resting on your thigh, guys, whichever works best for you. Inhale, come back to warrior two. And then to stand to the front. Excellent work there, guys. So we're going to do this one more time on each side. All right. Inhale. And tree pose, right foot turns and balances. Excellent. Your hands could be out in a T. Inhale, and we're going to step back and wide-legged stance. Excellent. So a little bit wider there, Terry. All right, so we're going to be facing towards me with our inhale for our warrior two. Inhale, and exhale, rotate our front foot. Rotate your front foot. There we go. Excellent work. All right, so if you're feeling like you're dumping on that, that's it. We could have equal weight on both feet. Inhale as we reach forward, flip the hand, and reverse warrior. Fantastic work there. All right, inhale, come back to warrior two, and then set again, coming to the front of our side mat. Excellent. One more time, this time the left-hand side. All right, so inhale, lift the hands, and exhale, rotate that left foot or balance it up. Excellent work. Whoa! Excellent. Take our time. Yes. That's all right. That's all right. Inhale. And then take the foot to a wide-legged stance. Excellent. So we can increase our width a little bit more, guys. A tad bit more. Fantastic. All right. So now it's going to be the left-hand side of the room for warrior two. Inhale. Set. Turn our foot. Bend our knee. That's it. Looking over the hand. Hands in a T. Nice solid base. Excellent work. Inhale as we reach forward, flip the hand, and exhale as we scoop it up and look at our hands. Excellent work. Reverse warrior. Inhale, come back to standing. Fantastic. Alrighty guys, that was the standing sequence today. Alright, so we're now going to be moving towards back to the mat. So the hard work's done with the standing. We're going to be going back onto the mat and then incorporating some of these other things. So take your time getting back down to the mat. Okay, we're going to do start off with the variation of our psoas stretch, which we did before. We're going to do that 2 times for each side. So if under control, whichever way works for you, right, it's rolling down to our backs. And our feet are going to be hip width apart. Excellent work. We're going to inhale and lift the right leg, and then exhale, place it over the thigh, and then we can gently place our hand, if that's in our practice as well, to give a bit of the side stretch in the leg. Excellent work. Inhale, release under control, and then legs back down. Fantastic. Left leg now. Inhale, leg rises. Exhale as we place it over the knee. Hand comes down and gives a little bit more stretch if that's available. Inhale, and then leg comes down. Fantastic. One more time each side. Right leg this time. Inhale, right leg raises, and then comes over the knee as we exhale and feel that stretch. use your other hand, Terry. It might make it easier for you. There we go. Fantastic. Inhale and down. Last one, left leg. Inhale, left leg rises, and then exhale. Fantastic. We're going to do 2 inhales here. Inhale, and leg comes down. Beautiful work. Fantastic. Now, as if you can make your way up to seated, we'll be doing this part of the grounded. Oh, yes, you could roll. Yes. Excellent. So there's a couple of ways to be able to do that. How you did it, Deb, coming up on your side and then rolling over is one way. And the other way that Terry just demonstrated, which is great, was like rolling up. So if that becomes available, I'll just demonstrate it quickly now, is just by rocking the knees a little bit, rocking, and then coming up. That might be something to consider down the track as you feel more comfortable to come up to seat. So this last little bit here now is we're going to be moving into our staff pose, legs in front. So from here is placing our hands on our side. Inhaling is lengthening the spine, neutral gaze. Inhale, and exhaling forward fold is reaching out, hinging at our hips, belly to thighs, right, and then exhaling and then grabbing our shins or ankles or around the feet if that's available to you. So we're going to do 2 inhales here. Inhale is back it off a little bit, and then exhale, seeing if we can get to the same spot. Excellent work. And you could also bend those knees there to avoid locking them out. No, perfect. That's perfect there, Terry. Now one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Fantastic work. All right. So we'll do this one more time. Inhale. Back it off. And then fantastic. Inhale. Coming back to staff pose. And just relaxing. All right. So this one, I'm going to skip the supine. Actually, this might be all right for you guys. No, we've got no. So what we're going to do in the sequence, there was a twist there. Are you guys open to doing a twist or getting back on the ground one more time? Yeah. Okay, no worries. So let's lie down on our backs. So our knees are bent again, like we had. So from here, all we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, and then we're going to do a supine twist, which is just moving our knees to the right, just letting them fall towards the ground. So whichever way works best. All right, and then seeing the stretch in the side body. So inhale, legs rise again. So feet further apart there, Deb. Excellent, and then drop our knees to the other side. Just as far as they'll go. They don't need to be down to the ground, right? So inhale. This is what we call the supine twist. I haven't actually taught this yet besides now, right? And then excellent. Exhale, other side. And this is great for loosening up that lower back and getting a side body stretch as well. Inhale. Exhale. To the other side. Inhale. Fantastic. Now we can make our way up to the seated for our last bit, which is the 3-part breath and meditation. Yes. You go sideways. So this way, excellent. I'm glad that you've done that, and we can incorporate that one in further ones. So I actually hadn't put that in thing, but it's just good to be able to loosen up that lower back, especially if you've been on the golf course for a little bit and standing all day. Yes. Another alternate is this, if you want to sort of get it, is to sort of shift your weight. If you're moving to your knees to the right, you move your weight a little bit, your butt to the left slightly, like an inch, and then that'll give you that little bit more stretch. But just dipping your foot like that to its, without going too far to where we're at, helps stretch it out. Alrighty guys, we're going to be ending the session now with 3 rounds of 3-part breath. So get a comfortable seat again, and we're going to be getting our hands. We're going to close down our eyes, so in between our forehead there, excellent. So we're going to place our fingers, yes, excellent. block our right nostril and we'll start off. Inhale, 2, 3, switch nostrils. Exhale, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3. Switch nostrils. Exhale, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. That's 3. Inhale, 2, 3. Switch. Exhale, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3. Switch. 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. That's 2. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale. Oh, change nose. Exhale, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3. Switch nostrils. Exhale, 2, 3. Hold, 2, 3. So we're going to take a big sigh now, big 3-part breath. And let go. Inhale again, 3-part breath. Exhale. And guys, now if you can bring your hands to prayer, keeping your eyes closed to a soft gaze, bring your hands to between your eyebrows. Peace be in mind. Move our hands to our mouth. Peace be in speech. And bring our hands down to our heart center. Peace be with what's in our hearts today. Thank you so much for joining me in today's session. Namaste. Got any questions? I'll be hanging around packing up. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great week. And yeah, we'll keep rolling on, keep practicing at home. And please remind me, Deb, to send that link to you. I'll send it as well. It'll be on the platform, and it'll be a downloadable where then you can print out and cut out the ones, and then you can choose your own, pick and choose your own sessions based on what we've learned. Cool. Awesome. Now I've got to get up.